example. When you said so, HBO Max was down at the start of Mayor of Easttown, and everyone's in a frenzy on Twitter, like, is it broken just for me? Is it broken for you? How can I watch it? Where can I watch it? And you said, I knew Mayor of Easttown was popular. I didn't know it was Crash, the app on Memorial Day weekend popular. And I think it's like, there it is. There's their promotion. There's their, like, Mayor of Easttown, I think, is now. So, I think they stuck the landing, and I think they had that moment. And I think now more people are going to be like, oh, I got to check this out. What's it about?
I thought the finale was fine. I think that I would have enjoyed it more. I think they poisoned the tree with that. I think I would have enjoyed it more if I didn't spend an hour. So I got it working at about 10:50, going open HBO Max, close HBO Max. Open
Yeah,
HBO
that
Max,
definitely sucks. Well, they definitely overdid it. I watched it later. I actually wasn't able to watch it live. I was 3 cheat out of my mind. I watched later in the night, so I didn't really go through all that. But yeah, I mean, you can't overdo it. They should. I didn't know it was that bad. I thought it like got working after a little bit.
Oh,
also, it's funny if you have cable still. You were just chilling, like whatever, man. I'm just.
And I actually have cable. I just couldn't find the channel. I don't know what. And I don't have a normal remote.
For an hour, you kept fucking trying.
I don't have a normal remote, so I can't even. I can't put in numbers. I just have to scroll. And I was like scrolling. I was like 1,000 channels. And I was like, fuck, I'm going back to HBO Max.
Yeah.
And then I was like, excuse me. And then I was like, all right, fuck, I'm just gonna put on a TV show. Fuck this. And then I scroll Twitter, and it's like, wait, it's working again. So I'm like, oh, fuck this TV show. Back to HBO Max. And like, I did that for about an hour.
That's too much.
And so like,
I mean, the night of, to ruin the finale like that, the night of is shitty. But I think the overall vibe of like people being like, did you hear it crash the app? And like, I gotta see what the fuss is all about. Because it also happened with Thrones. I think it's happened a couple times now. Thrones might have been possible because, 10 million people probably tuned in.
Yeah, I think it was like 28.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I think the final season
monster.
they were getting like 28 million stuff.
Yeah. So, but the finale, what we were all waiting for is here. I mean, I it's what I predicted, so I'm okay with it. I think it probably would have been a little better if it just stayed with John, like it stayed as an adult. But I like having the twist. Like if it was gonna just be John, they should have done less like alluding to it. You know what I mean? I think they really pointed towards John knowing they were going to have the twist that it was Ryan in their back pocket. I think they should have just done less pointing at John and could have had him be the killer.
I thought it was good, and I think that's the end of my sentence.
Yeah.
I thought it
was the best
I thought
finale of a murder thing.
I thought it was definitely missing something. I think basically everyone I talked to afterwards, like in the immediate aftermath, like I asked my girlfriend right away. I texted Marty, Casey, Cons, like and everyone was like, pretty well done.
Well, so I think that,
which is like, I guess that's a nice thing. That's like, because usually it's either a disaster.
No, well, like, I think the bar now is like good is the way to do it. I think it was better than good. I thought it was really good. I think that
there was too much bullshit. Like too much just like stupid bullshit.
Like what?
Like Jess, I think is her name.
Who's Jess?
The girl with the picture. What was all the book burning about? The girl with the
Oh.
And then like her explanation was beyond idiotic. Like the reason she stole all the journals and lit all the journals on fire is because Erin would want everyone to not know about John.
Yeah.
Then why did you just bring the fucking picture here?
I mean, I think she had like an attack of conscience too, though. I think like that.
They didn't make that clear. I didn't see that.
I thought that would be pretty evident that it was like a girl who's like, I want to do it. Like I want to do what's right for my friend.
But it was like 12 hours. It was like you burned the books. Yeah. Sun went down. You woke up. You went to the police station.
Yeah, but I mean, I think that's kind of how it would go. You don't think so?
No, I thought that was. I thought that was pretty poorly done.
12-year-old girl would still have like or a 13-year-old girl would have like wouldn't be. I thought Dylan's storyline was a mess. Like we still don't understand why we put a gun in her mouth. And then like but no, they did make that clear at one point because I remember thinking that, but then I was like, oh, this makes sense where
like why was he participating in the burning? He didn't even know what you just throw books in the fire.
They definitely didn't. They didn't do that well enough.
And then he's a good guy who shows up with a bunch of fucking cash and he's like trying to like make amends and stuff. Like
didn't they say he wanted to burn the books because he wanted to keep the kid?
Yeah,
he didn't want them to find out about John.
But he didn't know. Remember, didn't he show up asking Lori? Like,
I think that was the thing. Like he knew that he wasn't the dad, but he thought in the journals it would say who it was.
Yeah.
So he wanted to keep the kid at that point. So
I think there was like I remember at one point being like, oh right, that's why he would have gone so far. But I don't remember. I don't recall it, so I don't think it was well done enough in that sense. But I remember being like, oh, that's why he was like, don't fucking say anything anymore because of blah blah blah. But I think that the week to week comes back to bite you, because that's when I think like a lot of people had either predicted it or had enough time to stew and ruminate and come up with their own prediction. If you watch that just straight through, I think you would have been like, oh, fuck.
I also don't
But
understand
by
why
now-
John was going to kill Billy.
John was going to kill Billy because Billy
Billy had agreed to take the fall.
Yeah, but I feel like that was I think that was like kind of, I don't think he believed it. I think seeing him be like, fuck, I don't think
He was like, he's
that
like,
was
"No way I
that
can
was
be
not
sure," but,
if I was, I think that's when he was like, I want to hear you say it. If that was you and me, I'd be like, this motherfucker's not gonna, no one's gonna believe this.
Right.
So I think it was like, good try, this is not gonna last.
Like-
we gotta go up to the cabin and take care of you. Because there was no way that would have
I thought the
stuck under
acting was great.
negotiating. Yeah, I
I
mean,
thought-
Laurie
I thought-
and Winslet are fucking
They were
absolutely
both crushed it.
unbelievable.
I also didn't really understand the what was her name? Elliot, the woman who he cheated with first.
Sandra.
Sandra. Was it Sandra? Might be Sandra Elliott.
My thing, I never believed it was Sandra for 1 second. And
No,
I don't
no,
know why
fuck
Mayor
them.
was so convinced it was.
And like
It
I don't
was
know why she
once-
yelled at her at the restaurant.
Once that
She's
was
like, "Fuck off!" Like, why are you mad at this one? And
well, yeah. I mean, I should probably stick at her nose in other people's business. She shouldn't be, but I think it was kind of like you're a fucking homewrecker. But to me, it was like as soon as we knew that there was like this incest thing going on, I knew it wasn't just a regular old affair. I knew it was Erin.
Yeah.
And the fucking detective should have been able to put that together too. I thought. Like, I immediately was like, Laurie just said it was Sandra. That's not real. But Mayor believed that. That didn't make any sense to me. 'Cause I was
no,
like, it's
and like
clearly-
I will admit like there is some nitpicking going on, but
I think
just,
that was the best finale of a crime, of a murder mystery, like maybe.
I
ever.
thought it lacked pop.
What are the good ones? But I think that's only because we all talked about it.
Yeah, I mean, maybe
if you just went from episode 6 to 7 and it was Ryan, I don't think you would have. I think you would be singing a much different tune.
probably.
Yeah,
But
'cause-
that's not how it happened.
right. But that's where I think that's the argument. Like we always say, like week to week is like by far the best way. I think it ruins finales. Because that's what happened in True Detective. That's what happened here. That's why you're like you're not into this one. Like you.
I'm not
you
into
hear-
it. Like it was fine. I just wanted it to be darker. Like I wanted it to be nefarious,
like,
and
accidental?
yeah.
Yeah.
Like I wanted
I
it
think-
to be
but
like,
I think that
someone
it-
fucked. So someone in town who's fucked up.
I think it kind of all ties in though with the like it's that show really is not about like a murder as much as it's about like a town that is just fucking like ravaged for like generation by generation. The kids are fucked up, the parents are fucked up, like
For sure. But
like
but a
Ryan
whodunit
and
is about
Kevin.
the murder.
Yeah, but I mean,
So, like,
I don't
so
know.
you can say
I don't
the
know if I
other
would
things
call that a
were great?
whodunit anymore.
Oh, it's definitely a whodunit.
Yeah,
It
but
starts with a dead body.
yeah,
Whodunit.
right? But I think that the reason why it's good, not just like a cheesy whodunit, is like it's much more about like when Mayor finally goes up into the attic at the very end. I also saw somebody say
I thought that
it
was a little
cool.
over the top.
Well, I mean, I guess so. I saw somebody saying, and it might actually be, it might have been a stretch with. They were saying like addict and addict, like having like a corollary because there's like so much shit with the opioid epidemic and drugs there. But I thought it was weird. I think there's something to do with addicts in the sense of the women being held in an attic. I think is really weird. It's like always the basement.
Yeah.
And then
I
Kevin's
didn't
in the
realize that.
attic, and then a very quick reference that was that Erin used to suck Dylan's dick in the attic. That's where they would go up to sneak away from their parents. And that one doesn't really have much to it, but the fact that there was like attics and all these like hiding people in the attic doesn't make any sense.
No.
You know?
No. I,
So, like,
I
that had
remember
to
when
be-
I
that
was
had
like,
to be a
why is she
conscious
going
choice.
upstairs?
Yeah.
In the when they had the kidnapped girls,
Right.
Katie Bailey and the other one.
And I like when even when the pipes were shaking, I for sure thought that was going up.
Yeah.
So I think that had to be like a conscious choice to tie into the attic with Kevin. But I think that ended up being so much more about like, you know, you see all these parents who are like the kidnapped girl's mom who was like so fucked up. Laurie's life is completely fucking ruined. Mayor's life is an absolute wreck.
Why didn't John get out? By the way, I'm sure he must have got a reduced sentence. They just don't talk about it. He didn't kill anybody.
Yeah, right.
Like John should be coming home.
yeah, he didn't.
Probably
he
has a
didn't
bit
kill
of a
Billy, he didn't
punishment
kill-
for
yeah.
Helping get rid of a body. But I feel like
Yeah, when he's like, "Will you raise this baby?" It's like, you're gonna fucking raise this baby when you get out.
Well, but at
That-
that point he was still on the hook for murder. At that point, they hadn't found out it was Ryan.
Oh, okay. Right. But yeah, so he was.
So
was
at that point, he was taking the fall for murder.
Mm-hmm.
But once they found out it was Ryan, I would imagine John does maybe. I don't even know what the the sentence is for.
It's probably like an obstruction thing
Yeah.
more than anything. And I guess incest is probably illegal, right?
Yeah, I forgot about that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll probably get.
But
you 2
man,
years.
like Lori, when she like when the nurse is like, is this your son? She's like, I guess so. And then she sees his middle name is John. And she's
Yeah.
like, fuck that.
thought it was Dylan Jr. Son of a bitch.
motherfucker. I mean, that like was so bleak. And like Mare walking into the house, like lip quivering, kind of being like, I got to do this like my best friend. She just like fucking walks straight in. I mean, that was as like
I also think
gut-wrenching.
one of the things that pissed me off too in the show, Mare gets off really fucking easily for being a piece of shit. Like
why? Well,
planting drugs on,
Yeah, that was
on
tough.
an addict in recovery. Like
That was tough.
That's like you should go to jail for that.
Yeah, that was
Like-
like the chief just being like, I'll look the other way on this one is pretty fucked
I'm
up.
sure that happens a lot in the
Yeah.
police, but like
Yeah.
that's fucked up.
Yeah, that was
The
her.
woman trying to better her life, and you're trying to send her back to fucking jail
Yeah.
just because she wants her child.
Yeah, she
Fuck
was,
you, Mare.
Yeah, but I also think that was like, I think what's her face comes to like the conclusion herself. But I think if that woman takes Drew, like she can't raise that kid.
Right, I
You
agree, but I mean, you can't fucking.
Can't.
You can't do that. Like, I think it's not a fucking. It's not like a you can never come back from this action. But like for her to be like everyone like so proud of Mare, like Mare's kind of a fucking scumbag.
No, you know who like the worst of all? Zabel. He popped down for like a week, gets fucking killed, and like nobody cares. Hey, we solved the crime. We got the girl back. Oh, and by the way, remember that guy who came for 2 weeks? He's dead.
Yeah.
Crazy. I mean, there was no like deep ties to him. There was no. I'm sure they didn't have some big memorial. It was just like, yeah. And Zabel got shot in the head. He wasn't a quick enough draw. Fuck that guy. And it also, I mean, it even turned out, it was originally like we're gonna bring this guy because he's the best of the best, and we
He
find
wasn't
out
even
that
good.
wasn't.
Yeah.
So he was like this like scrub who just gets fucking popped in the head. Thanks for showing up for 10 days, pal. You noticed the cigarettes. That's about it.
Yeah.
That's all you brought to the table. I don't think. I mean, what's another like crime murder type of mystery show that you think had a better finale? It's very slim pickings.
I honestly I don't even really know. Like, you'd have to give me shows. I can't think of the top of my head.
I mean, it's a shame we never got a Mindhunter one, obviously. But so like The Undoing, True Detective. Did you ever watch like The Killing or The Fall? Either of those?
The fall went too far. That's the one with Gillian Anderson.
Yeah.
The Fall was season 1 was
I
good.
don't know if
Got
that
a
ever
little-
like really.
those
even
BBC.
did-
Oh, Broadchurch.
Broadchurch.
Broadchurch for sure. Season 1 Broadchurch. Broadchurch season 1's so fucking good. I can't really see. Yeah, I guess I just really haven't seen most of these. Flight Attendant, I wouldn't really put.
I think I probably.
Flight Attendant, maybe I will put like.
I didn't like Flight Attendant at all.
I
never even. I watched like 1 or 2 episodes and I never got it because it was like half comedy. It was weird. It was called like a dark comedy.
I don't. I mean, there might have been scenes with less seriousness, but I wouldn't think there were many.
It was
I don't think
literally
there were
called a dark
No, I
comedy.
know, but
Yeah.
I don't think there. I think that's a bad genre for them to put it in. I loved the Flight Attendant. I don't know if I'd say it was better than this, but I loved Flight Attendant.
I probably would have said Broadchurch was my favorite, but I think this is it now.
Nah, Broadchurch is way better than this.
I don't think so.
I mean, again,
Dexter had a really bad ending. Dexter had a chance to be like Dexter would have been like the best one ever.
If we're
But
doing
they totally bombed that.
seasons like season 4 Dexter, yes.
Yeah, individual seasons.
Right.
But as far as like endings go, I mean, that that one is
Now
the-
they're trying to save that, right? They're going to redo
yeah,
it.
they're gonna redo that. Which I mean, I'll give it a whirl, and I think there's actually a shot for that because I do think that they probably were like, we gotta redo this whole fucking thing. Yeah, Dark I wouldn't put on. Dark's an entirely different like genre in my mind.
These
But-
are like it's hard because these are all like multi-season. Like Luther was great, but like I think Luther's on
I
season
don't remember
5
how that
now.
even ended, or did it hasn't ended yet?
No, I think they're filming now, or maybe it's out on the BBC. There's another season coming out, but like even their season 4 was like 2 episodes. So like BBC shows are just hard to count because it's different. They're
Yeah.
2 movies rather than a season of TV.
It's funny
Yeah, I don't
because,
really know.
like,
I guess
there's not as many of these shows that you would think. I mean, there's obviously a ton, but none of them are really that good.
it's better than
There's all
The
ones that-
Undoing, and it was I did not have any real problems with it. It was just good. It was good.
I thought it was really good. I thought that like
I definitely wanted it to be dark. I didn't want. Also, the other thing was, did they make it clear in school, and maybe I just wasn't paying attention or something, that Moira was Ryan's sister? I thought it was just like.
Yeah, that was.
I thought it was him just
like
sticking
a
up for
family
special
friend
needs
or whatever.
girl.
Yeah, no, but
Right, because like we definitely talked about it, and we didn't
Right.
say his sister.
Yeah, she was. That I only knew after like seeing people discuss it. I thought that was something like she was like being taken care of by them or something like that, but I never thought it was like they just had.
Yeah, I just thought it was like someone. I thought he was just like
Yeah.
he was sticking up for someone with special needs.
Yeah, yeah.
And then that makes
what-
more sense
what-
when
what-
you're like he's like I was trying to protect my family.
Yeah,
when,
yeah.
With the
he, like,
shooting
protects
thing,
his
like,
own, yeah.
it makes more
the
sense.
the only thing I thought they didn't really the gun situation was a little weird. Some people were like he got it back like that very same night, but the old man made it sound like it was like for a couple days.
100%.
But that was the only thing I thought that was really like like logistically like they didn't.
Also, does this mean that
stick
Ryan
that.
stole his pizza cutter?
Yeah, the pizza cutter was missing, and he's a thief and a murderer.
Yeah, like, where's the pizza cutter,
God,
Ryan?
what do you do,
You brought the
though,
gun
like-
back. Where's the cutter at?
God, that, like I mean, a 13-year-old kid, like, and he probably goes to whatever that little like juvenile thing was, but like, fuck it, Christ, that family is ravaged.
Yeah, for sure. But I just
like
wanted,
like
I
that
like my
family
shit
should
to be
they
an
should,
evil
they should
person.
all kill each other. They should all like put the fucking carbon dioxide on and just go to sleep because you're never gonna live a normal fucking life again.
salt the earth over the family tree.
Be done with the Ross family, But yeah, I thought I think week to week ended up hurting that. I mean every single time people do this with the theories and the like they rewrite scripts and stuff, and it's all good. It's all cool stuff. It's all like great fan fiction,
But I feel like that's exactly what happened. Like this one, they didn't write great fan or better than the show fan fiction. They just wrote the show.
Yeah, I think they nailed it, but also, and then that makes people be like, oh, like I wasn't surprised by it. It's like, well, yeah.
No, I
do you
wasn't
want
looking
do you want a
for a
surprise, or do you want it to be like they? I think that's much better than being like it was this random guy who nobody ever thought of. It's like it all makes sense and all like lines up. So I think it's like good quality writing minus the gun, or it's like how long did you have the gun or not? There's no like holes in it really, but you had a week to like sit on that and think about it and write about it, and now you're upset by that. It's like that's where the binging will give you the surprise. The week to week gives you the discussion, but with the discussion comes, well, we saw that coming. Like,
Yeah, it's not.
Nobody saw that coming by week 5. I think there was not a single person who would have predicted that right 5 episodes into a 7-episode season. So I think that's a perfect balance of being like surprised enough while also not being totally fabricated and like well written, because nobody thought about it until the last like 14 days.
Yeah, I agree. It's not something I'm upset about. It's not something I'm like that sucked. There was just something missing to me. I don't know what it was. I can't put my finger on it. It just needed a little extra pop, and maybe that's just like someone being evil, and that's what I want in those shows. I just want someone being nasty and not.
Well, you kind of got that with Mr. Potts, but he just wasn't the.
Mr. Potts
he
was the
wasn't-
guy- he's the
yeah,
guy
he
with
was just
the
like the
kids.
straight up kidnapper, murderer,
and
type,
that
but-
happened too early. And there were other things in the reveals where, like, as soon as they started, like, right away at the lake, and I was like, oh, so this is gonna happen fast.
And you knew
then,
there's 55 more minutes. Like,
Right,
you knew
and then
there
even
had to
once
be more.
John happened, you're like, okay, there's more.
Yeah.
And then they did. I will give them credit. They did do a good job of kind of lulling you to sleep with everything getting happier, and you're like, oh, maybe maybe that is it. And
Yeah.
like this is like the finale is just about people getting
right.
right.
You know what I thought was cool was like the way that the old dude, like, she goes over his house because he's like a widower now and everything's a wreck, and it leads to that one conversation of like, how you doing? And he's like, I'm not doing well. Like,
Yeah.
I'm losing my mind. It's like, they wrote in that his wife was going to die so that they could have a scene where his place is a mess, where Mayor would go over and they would talk. And it's like all of those little things like came together where, except for Guy Pearce, they really didn't do
But
anything.
that's just not supposed to be Guy Pearce.
Yeah,
If it wasn't
yeah,
Guy Pearce,
right.
then it's fucking fine.
Right. The only thing I would say I think ended up being pointless was Siobhan's girlfriends,
Yeah.
which I think that
It's
a
just
writer
like-
would be like, we just needed like another part of the show. It's like you have to show that she also has a lesbian daughter who's going through crazy shit. Like, I don't know. That's just another part of the show. Not
Yeah,
everything
like-
has to lead to the one murder. You know.
It's also like pretty fucking normal that a 16-year-old kind of party girl would like get sick sometimes. And
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
that
It doesn't have to be
You go to
a
any school in
mystery.
America and find
Yeah.
a 16-year-old who's fucking doing a little bit too much of something they shouldn't be doing.
Yeah.
Like, so like,
And I like-
it doesn't tie into a murder. It's just someone who puked on themselves.
I think having a few red herrings and a few
Yeah.
misdirections are good without ones that really piss off the fans. Like, I don't give a fuck that, I'm mad in Lost that they didn't tie up, like, some of the main things. I'm not mad that I don't know about Siobhan's girlfriend. So
Right.
it's just like, okay, whatever. But I do believe, I think people are going to go watch that now. I feel like Jackie asked me, like, is it too late? And I was like, I think I think the finale being good and the hype of the HBO shit, and I think people like to know now. People have been burned too many times where it's like if you can tell them no, the finale was good, you'll like it ties
Yeah,
up.
I would recommend
People
the show to
would-
someone.
Yeah, I think it's gonna get a good like another round of it. Now people who will binge it all the way through. So
I'm probably somewhere in the B range with a finale rating, which is that's a good finale.
Right.
It's good.
96% of you motherfuckers watch these videos and aren't subscribed. Shout out to the 4%. You are good people. 4% of people are watching our
That's
clips.
about what I would guess the breakdown of
Good people versus bad
demographics
people?
in the world.
Yeah.
Good people versus bad people. Probably about 96% to 4.
That's
but
fair.
Be a good person.
But it's not even. I'm not even asking you to be a good person. I'm asking you to push a button.
Yeah,
I'm asking you to click a button.
you can be a bad person still, but just click
You
the
could be a
button.
piece of shit. Just click subscribe. 96% of you watch these clips and they're like, oh my God, that was a funny clip from this podcast. I liked it. And I'm just not going to help them out. The people who work to make it, the people who work to produce it, to post it, to upload it, and there's nothing from you. You're a bad person if you don't subscribe.
Be a good one.